And now Drew Keogh is in with sports.
And both the boys and girls are headed to state?
Yeah, we got a few area teams headed to the state championship. State quarterfinals begin next week for soccer. Regular season football wrapped up. It's a busy time in the sports department. Plenty of soccer games in the past week and plenty of titles handed out. And maybe the biggest one of them all was considered to be a toss-up. It was Armstrong boys soccer coming in, trying to repeat as the Section 2A champions. They split the regular season meetings between Wayzata and the two teams tied for the Classic Lake title. Andy Beaton's Armstrong club trying to repeat as Section 2A champions. Armstrong gets the better of the play in the first half, but they don't get any great scoring chances. Jeffrey Myers is stopped by R.J. Baylor, and it stays scoreless in a tight first half, dominated by defense. Wayzata takes over in the second half, getting a string of corner kicks like this one that results in a great scoring chance, but the Trojans can't find the back of the net. And as night falls, we headed to overtime. Late in the second overtime, Armstrong's Keto Poor makes a long run with the ball, and when it's knocked loose, his teammate Jeffrey Myers picks him up and gets the game-winning goal. The Falcons pull out a 1-0 overtime victory to take the section title.
I told Jeffrey and KP at halftime that our defense is strong in the back. We have confidence in Lloyd, and all we need is one goal. And finally, it did come, though, in second overtime, but we did get it, and then finally we won.
Armstrong will play the Section 7 champions, Blaine Bengals, in the Class 2A quarterfinals Wednesday night at 7:30. That game in Maple Grove. Well, every year on April 15th, you can count on paying your taxes. And about 6 months later, you can expect to see the Wayzata girls soccer team making an appearance in the state tournament. The Trojans taking on Minnetonka for the Section 2A championship. The skippers Maggie Alford Rojas gets a good shot away on Wayzata's Allie Rivard, but like many other shots this year, she makes the big save. One of Tonka's few scoring chances in the game. Later, a big bounce off the Wayzata turf, and the ball goes over the head of Tonka goalie Shelby Leifers, and Jesse Vlatkovich takes advantage, knocking it into the back of the net. The Trojans take a 1-0 lead into halftime. Second half now, a long free kick by Elise Bjerknes, and Liz Einerson finally runs it down, and she will put it past Leifers into the Tonka net. Einerson's 21st mark on the season, making the score 2-0. The Trojans add one more as Kirsta Carlson will get a goal. Wayzata, they're headed back to the state tournament with a 3-0 win. The first half goal fired up the Trojans.
I think we were all really pumped since we got the goal and since we were ahead. And I think it boosted everyone's confidence, and we just played really well.
Tony told us we needed to keep control of the game, and we kind of lasted a little bit in the first half of the second. But we came back and we did well.
The Trojans meet up with Coon Rapids next. The state quarterfinal match for Wayzata will be played Wednesday at 5:30 in Maple Grove. Well, the regular season is now in the books for local high school football teams. For Champlin Park, 2003 marked another stellar campaign. The Rebels hosting Elk River on Friday night, trying to wrap up second place in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Good blocking up front allows Ramon Humber to walk in easily for a touchdown. Champlin Park up 7-0 midway through the first quarter. The next one is not a replay. Elk River providing just a bit more resistance, but Ramon Humber finds the end zone to make it 14-0. Elk River down 14-7, threatening to tie the game, but a huge momentum turner as the Rebels defensive tackle Arthedius Peeler picks up the fumble, and he's off to the races. Peeler takes it the distance, 90 yards all the way down the sideline, and just like that, 21-7 Rebels instead of a tie game late in the first half. But the big plays, they continue on the ensuing kickoff. Jay DeWall will scoop it up and get some good blocks up front. Another 90-yard return this time, headed back the other way. A couple of huge plays as DeWall pulls the Elks within 7 points, making it 21-14 at halftime. It's 21-all as we head into the final minutes of the game. Just seconds left remaining in this game as Ramon Humber leaps into the end zone for his third touchdown on the night, breaking the tie. 29 seconds remaining in the game as they grab the lead. Mike Marish would add an interception return for a touchdown as the Rebels pull out a close 33-21 victory. Also in the Northwest Suburban Conference, Maple Grove hosting Anoka. After missing a few early chances, the Crimson don't fail here as Mitch Brecky hits Greg Martin for a 54-yard touchdown. Just the start of a huge night for both those talented juniors. After Anoka ties it up, Brecky keeps the bootleg, and the Tornadoes just can't catch him. Brecky's touchdown makes it 13-7 Maple Grove, and that's just the start of a big run for the Crimson. Just 2 minutes later, Justin Beacom fields the punt and heads up the sideline, and as the wall forms, Beacom blows by the Tornadoes pretty much untouched. A 77-yard punt return for Beacom, and with just 4 minutes left before halftime. The Crimson aren't done. Martin wins the jump ball as he catches Brecky's pass. It's 25-7 Maple Grove at halftime. After another Martin TD, Brecky looks deep, this time for Josh Laurent. Laurent catches 6 balls for 141 yards on the night. This one's good for 66 yards and a touchdown. The Crimson blow past Anoka 38-13. And that brings us to playoff time. Here's a lowdown for the local sections. Many of our area teams will play in Section 6 of Class 5A. 7-1 Armstrong is the top seed, followed by Wayzata and Maple Grove. Then it's Hopkins, Buffalo, Osseo, Park Center, and Cooper. In the quarterfinals Tuesday, Cooper is at Armstrong. Buffalo travels to Hopkins. Wayzata hosts Park Center, and Osseo is at Maple Grove. In Section 7, Blaine is the #1 seed, and Champlain Park, they get the 2 seed. Elk River is 3rd, and Forest Lake is 4th. Champlain Park hosts St. Francis on Tuesday night. Totino Grace is the top seed in the Section 4 of Class 4A. The Eagles will face their closest neighbor, Fridley, in a quarterfinal game that looks pretty lopsided on paper. In the Section 4 of 2A, Breck somehow doesn't get the #1 seed. The Mustangs are the 2nd seed behind East Central. Breck hosts Graham on Tuesday night. It's just the start of a busy time for the sports department here at Channel 12. Many local teams doing very well in the playoffs.
And I can't believe it's already the end of regular season football.
Football season goes real quick. A lot of action and a lot of fun.
That Thaddeus Peeler, so compact, but he took up like a shot. You wouldn't believe it.
They're so big, but they're so fast. I could have never caught him.
Yeah,
no chance.
All right, thanks, Drew. Still to come, they're flying south for the winter, but we're not talking about birds. A Golden Valley school emotional tie to an interesting school project. Their story next.